welcome to another episode of This Ain't Your Normal Podcast. I'm Nick, here with Mike, and over to my farthest left we have the pecs of Poseidon.
The packs of Poseidon.
The arms of Ares.
Yes.
We have Pat, the kangaroo. You guys
Is that
know
what a kangaroo does? It barks?
It's a pangaroo.
kangaroo?
Oh, my
remember?
fault.
Pat, explain what kangaroos are in case people haven't seen.
Past podcasts.
Yeah,
which
Pat.
you should probably check out.
Pat, so you have a separate podcast? Is that what you just said?
Past.
Oh,
No,
Pat.
Pat.
I thought he said Pat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Past.
I heard Pat at first, but I was like, I assumed he meant past.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
In prior
might have
podcasts,
forgotten
maybe
Past.
you could have used the word previous, but
Previous.
yeah, you could have used a better word.
Previous.
Than Pat.
Past, previous.
yeah,
The synonyms.
right. As if I said you can use another word like
yeah,
previous.
but they mean the same, so
Right.
we can't use past.
Because it sounded like you said Pat. You mumbled and sounded like you said
Yeah,
Pat.
sometimes I mumble.
Right.
How about you just explain what a kangaroo is for those who have not seen previous
Yes.
podcasts?
Thank you, Nick.
Kangaroo is a mixer of a penguin and a kangaroo, right?
Mm.
So you waddle, like, jacked guys, right? Kangaroos are jacked. You're jacked, all right?
Okay.
Big guy, strong.
Okay.
And you waddle because, you are so, wide and strong and you have to waddle a little bit. So your feet go that way.
Okay.
Just
Nice.
so much more muscle mass.
Overcompensating on the glutes. Right?
Pat does have big booty cheeks.
Yeah, my glutes can expand.
What's that?
I wasn't expecting you to say that. He said, yeah, Pat got big booty cheeks. I'm like, oh, okay.
Who's another god that has B? We have the pecs of Poseidon. Can you dent your pecs, please? If I'm gonna say that, you got it. Okay.
Yeah, I got you guys.
The arms of Ares. Can you flex the guns too?
So the arms are Aries.
What is like a? I don't know.
There's no one with a big old butt in Greek
No.
mythology.
They don't actually have to have a big butt, but something that begins with a B.
Bunions.
No, a Greek god.
Oh,
Pecs of Poseidon, arms of Aries. What Greek god starts with B so you can make fun of your, or talk about your butt?
Those big booty cheeks. I don't know. We can think about it. There might not.
He
be.
said a big booty cheeks.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
Honestly,
It's 21st
speaking of big
21st
arms,
century.
before we do our
Topic for today.
actually before even the topic, before
Oh,
we I was gonna say we do our sponsor role.
Oh, sure.
We're talking about Onyx Performance. I also wanted to remind everyone to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't know, we also have an Instagram, and we just posted a super cool video of Mike taking us through one of his favorite exercises on his arm routine. If you like easy curl bars, easy curl curls, you'll understand why he's laughing if you watch it.
Right.
We would definitely recommend you guys checking out the Instagram. They'll be linked below and maybe on the screen here. But we're going to be posting a lot of gym skits there. Also just, kind of train with me days where we'll show some of our favorite exercises and tips and pointers, things like that. So if you are interested in that or you want to support,
I
definitely.
just thought of better than doing butt. You can just do the ass of Aries.
I could do that,
But you can also do the butt of Belus. Belus? Belus.
I don't know that Greek god. What do you do?
Beelzebub? That's a devil.
Oh.
Wait, what?
No, that's not what you said. It's something separate.
Mm.
But yeah, check out the Instagram. Pat, you want to talk about our sponsor for the podcast?
Sponsor. Incoming sponsor.
How about Mike does the sponsorship today?
Yeah, actually, I would like to see that, man.
Because I'm doing the introduction, you sponsor it, Pat will introduce
I thought I was introducing the topic.
Now we're all switching today.
No, Pat, keep doing the
I
topic.
like this.
I like this too.
Yeah, you're going
Pat, don't talk until he finishes the...
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
Hey bro, we can help you out right there.
Hey.
Look at the cup.
Just hit the mute line. Nick.
No, he's the first one. That's you.
Yeah, no, I want to be muted too. It's only you right now.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So, Honors Performance is our sponsor, and we are.
You should definitely get that. Like, still pick it up.
Just go on the website where you can find clothing, you can find different types of powders, you can find different types of pills. I see y'all looking at me because I'm giving up straight facts. If you guys want to go on the website, please check it out and use my code Mike1992 for a discount. You can either use Pat, which is 1997, and then you have to be 1998 for Nick, right? All right, cool. And that's the word for our sponsor.
Very good. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I tried.
I definitely think
Quick
that-
question. What are your go-to supplements? What should you go?
My go-to
What
supplements?
should you go on the store to get? And
I-
where is the bar?
am.
Where will be the deals?
That's true. He didn't do that. He didn't.
Oh, my fault, because this is normally not my role. I wasn't prepared for this. But I will not be the correct person to talk about supplements because I don't really use them. So I think that'll be you. But if you do, oh, my fault, my mic. If you do see the bar of On Edge Performance, you'll see some type of supplements there. I don't use supplements, so I wouldn't be the best person to talk about it.
You got your creatine, your electrolytes, your BCAAs, your reds, your greens, your testosterone boosters. Natural. I knew that was coming. I mean, dude, it has to be natural because otherwise it would just be like testosterone,
Right.
like TRT steroids, which they don't have that.
Well, is TRT a steroid? It's a replacement therapy, but like if you have low testosterone levels, it's good.
I think it's considered a steroid that changes your hormones, which if you're injecting
But like
testosterone, I think it would be a steroid. Like you're
because
not.
Joe Rogan uses TRT.
Yeah, he's
like,
not-
Is that like a steroid, like a really bad steroid?
No, there's a difference than someone abusing it, like an 18-year-old, versus like someone that actually needs it because they have low T because they're getting older.
Mm-hmm.
So like Joe Rogan, he's probably prescribed it, but it's different than like these SARM goblins you see on TikTok. These 18-year-olds are ripped out of their minds.
They're on TRT.
But no, yeah, I mean they're probably
Probably
taking
can
the
just
trend
get that
too.
shit right. Like you don't need like they probably just find a way like maybe another doctor.
No, you can just buy it on websites.
Get the cream.
It's not cream. I think it's injectable.
No, it's cream. You can get injection, but you can also get cream and it rubs on your chest.
Yeah, but it's not like comparable to like I don't think like Tren. I don't know anything about like these kind of compounds. I know
But
more
it
about.
does fuck up your testosterone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you take TRT,
It replaces
it replaces it, so you have to take the rest of your life.
it. Yeah.
I agree.
But I mean, Mike's on TRT.
I am not on TRT.
So you're telling me those arms are natural?
They're natural.
That's
trust
insane.
me. I know. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
They're not as
What
big
do
as I
you do
want
for
them
those
to be.
arms?
I do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you do the
The easy curls.
easy curls on the easy curl bar.
Yeah, right.
Do that.
right. I mean, check out our Instagram if you want to know what this easy curl
bar.
Easy curls on the easy curls bar. What?
Easy curls
Yeah.
on the easy curls bar. Hey, hey.
Oh, y'all can't. I can't wait till you guys go on Instagram so I can start doing this stuff for you guys. But yeah, I do a bunch of different exercises, and like I was getting ready to say, the arms are not as big as I want them to be, but I'm getting there. So I'm trying to be like Pat, to be honest.
What was it? What was it? It's like, Joe, thank you so much.
I'm not here trying to give you a compliment. You know, I don't do that often.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm. But all right.
I'm actually one of those people that just suck at taking compliments.
Me too.
I'm sorry, I'm on my phone right now because I want to show you a photo. I want you...
A screenshot of my fit.
Because you gotta...
Got that Michael Jordan tongue.
Oh
You
man,
guys are wondering-
I don't
Check
know.
out the Instagram, all right?
Yeah,
I don't
You see
know
it's Michael
what
Jordan.
happens when I start working out. Like, I just make these weird faces. Like, people should not stare at me. Like, I'm not like, I don't know. Don't stare at me when I work out.
You do make it like if you grind, you always make it. Like say if
Right.
someone's like doing shrugs or something, you can make some weird ass faces doing it.
I apologize. We'll try to put the clip on the screen or like the screenshots I'm
Yeah,
looking
screen
at.
those like take
Yes.
screenshots of those.
Yes.
I'm sorry. There's just so many good faces.
I don't make the world's best faces working out. Like that. Just,
No one
they're just
does.
ugly.
Yeah, no one does.
Oh.
Alright, focus.
All
Over.
right.
You got to
Pat, discuss. Sorry. Ooh.
Pat, introduce the topic.
Introduce this topic.
Talk about like-
Don't look at me, fam. I try helping. I should introduce.
Like, I
the
just want to
topic.
make sure, it's the topic we discussed earlier, right?
I hope this is. Go ahead, Pat. What topic are we talking about
The
today?
topic we're talking about today is, please tell me I got it right.
Mhm.
Is college? Is it worth it? Is it worth going to college?
That's next week's topic.
No, it's this week.
Let's get shit
no,
on it.
no, that is the topic
And
for
do
this
you
week.
need to be successful? Do you need to go to college to be successful?
That is correct. Do we need to go to college to be successful?
Dude,
Who wants to start this one?
I can.
is college worth it?
Because just like reading over job applications from like when I was looking for a job a couple of years ago, I kept seeing that like, oh, like we would love if you had a bachelor's degree, master's degree, something like that. But they're also mentioned like if you have experience in this role, that will also count for it too. So I'm just like, I went to school, spend all this money to get this degree, where somebody who might have a little bit more experience in this line of work, that's what I was trying to say, might get this over me. So, I don't know. I mean, dang, that's actually a good question.
I can go for a little bit.
Thank you, because I'm lost.
Yeah, so I don't think college is completely necessary nowadays. I agree with you where that, like, I think it's, so, I think there's many angles I can take this, but a lot of jobs nowadays, so I work as a career specialist, so I'm helping a lot of people find jobs.
Man.
And a lot of jobs used to be like bachelor's degree required, master's degree required, but nowadays there is things where it's, they're valuing experience a lot more, where even like for jobs like a couple of years ago where those degrees might be required, they're no longer required. They might be preferred, and if they, they might want to have an applicant that has a bachelor's, but it really comes down to experience versus school, where if you're applying for a job and let's say it's like a retail position, whatever, I don't know, and two people apply, one has like a bachelor's degree with 0 experience, but somebody has no degree but 10 years of experience, about 99% of the time that person with 10 years of experience is going to be a lot better at that job.
Mm-hmm.
Experience will always triumph for the degree, in my opinion, because most of the time you're not going to ever learn exactly what you're going to be doing at a job.
Correct.
Doing a job is a skill set that, there's so many jobs out there that you're not going to learn exactly what you want to do. You can apply what you learn to do many things, but I do think experience is a lot more valuable when it comes to, finding a career, and also like, you don't need, like if you want to start your own business or whatever you want to do, like you don't need a degree to do anything. Like you can teach yourself a lot of these things. I think it's more so people like to be regimented, having a structure. So like they graduate high school and their parents say like, oh, go to college, and it's like it's easy. Like that's like the natural progression to go to college, and then maybe get your master's, something like that. Like, it's just like progression, which like seems normal because think about it, from like when you're 0 to 18, your entire life is like pretty much determined. So like college just seems like the natural progression, and this is all coming from someone that went to college.
Same.
And is considering we all four of us,
all three,
or 3 of us.
I don't know what the 4th one was.
All went to college. Mike even went, got his.
I got my master's.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I definitely think a degree, depending what type of job you want to do, is required.
depends on the job.
And I also want to go off of what you were saying about like how it's like kind of ingrained. Like I think back in the day when our parents or maybe even our grandparents, it was like ingrained. It was like the norm to graduate high school, then go to college. It was something special, something that not many people can do because back in the day, a whole bunch of reasons why people didn't go to college and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, it's just instilled. Like my dad didn't go to college, and he's very successful. My mom did, and she's very successful. So that's like the 2 things.
Neither of my parents. Well, my mom got her associates, so 2-year program.
Oh, my dad did too.
And my dad was going to college. Yeah, I don't. If you have your associates, I mean, it's better than nothing, of course.
Correct.
Like, if that's the kind of school you want to do, more props to you. But
yes,
I usually just think about like 4-year degrees, but associates can be very valuable. But yeah, my mom has her associates. My dad, he dropped out of college to pursue music, and he's very successful.
In music?
Yeah, as a musician. I mean, that's not what he does now. He, he owns his own company. But when he was like younger, from his 20s to like 30s, he toured around.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Me either.
Damn,
Yeah.
man, you should have told me.
He has he plays in concerts like still. Even though he's like, my dad's 67, but he still plays concerts like 2-3 times a year. But yeah, he used to like tour. He did a tour in Japan once.
Ooh.
It's cool.
Yeah,
Pat, what about you?
We're gonna dive into that later.
Yeah. What about you, Pat? We haven't let you talk.
I think when it comes to going to college, I think everyone should, take time to think of what they really want. Obviously, at 18 or anything like that, it's like, it's impossible to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Right.
College is, depends. Some parents are able to provide you with college, right? They're able to support you, so you can take advantage of that and go to college. And some people might just do it for the college experience, where you can make a great relationship and stuff like that. But to be successful, do you need college? No. You don't need college to be successful.
Right.
In certain areas, maybe, like if you want to be a doctor,
right,
or something like that, or a
like
physical therapist, or
the medical field.
Yeah, medical field, a nurse. You probably need college, but you don't, like, say if you go to business or anything like that, you not necessarily need college.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's it might be cool to learn management. It's definitely your skills will expand for sure. You'll come out like a lot more knowledgeable, able to do tasks and stuff like that. But you can like mix it. You can probably teach themselves on your own, right? But
I think when it comes to like content, absolutely. I think what college really teaches you is how to do work and how to be like an organized person. It teaches you social skills. Like I think the academics.
I don't think about. I honestly don't think they teach those skills.
I don't know. I don't think like a teacher's teaching it, but I think like if you're living on a campus and like this is your first time, moving out of the house, like you're forced to like do things for yourself, like, what's the word? It's like
Just be more
speaking for
independent.
yourself. Yeah, it's forcing you to be independent, which I
Or
think.
take care of yourself.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. That and social skills.
But you don't necessarily need that because some people, like in certain situations, are taking care of themselves before that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Mhm.
I think like I guess I might just be speaking more for myself.
Yeah.
Living with my parents, a lot of things were taken care of for me. To moving to a dorm with a bunch of random people in a place that I wasn't super comfortable with. 'Cause like
Definitely forces you to get out of your comfort zone. But they do give you food. They like provide. They give you all the things you need. It just
At a
helps
price.
you. You have to at a price. That's cost of living
Cost,
is a
mhm.
fucking crazy amount.
Mm-hmm.
But they do give you the options of gives you the ability to do like not like throw you in the deep end like. But they give you like you can go to cafeteria now and stuff
Mhm.
get your food, do your laundry and stuff like that. And then you also give me like a mix of like great people,
Right.
relationships, build them, have fun at college. Maybe
Mm.
you never know, you might meet your wife there. A lot of people meet their wife there. Well, wife, husband. I usually think wife. 'Cause
Right, because that's how you think. But I have another thing. Do you think going to a certain college will probably open certain doors? So the reason why I brought that up is because, like I said, when I was applying for jobs and stuff, I would see like, okay, on LinkedIn, I used to go on that a lot, and I went to American International College, also known as AIC in Springfield, Mass. And then when I went to grad school, I went to Northeastern, and every job I would apply for would have some type of an alum. Like, oh, we have 4 alums from AIC here, or we might have 10 alums from Northeastern. Do you think like that is also a possibility? Like going to like possibly get interviews or getting your foot in the door somehow. Like, okay, like this person's from Northeastern. We got 10 alum from Northeastern. Let's see what he can do. Like, we really like how they're working.
Yeah.
That's how I got one of my interviews because one of my classmates actually was at the company I was trying to work at. And she gave a great recommendation on my behalf, and I didn't even know she was doing that until she contacted me and said, "Oh, hey, Mike, like, I see that you applied to so and so." I'm not gonna say the name because I forgot, but like, it was really helpful. So like, I think, and like, that's another reason why I think college could be a possibility of like a good thing
But you
to
also
do.
you also got to take your own circumstances, right?
Right.
People will always have different circumstances.
Correct,
So
and I agree with that.
if you have to pay your college yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you really have to be like, get a, just don't just jump up there, but like
Right.
you're paying for that now. So,
Right. It's like taking your time because.
obviously, if your parent pays for it, you still,
Mm-hmm.
support, right? You're using your parents' money and stuff like that.
Right.
But you don't have to go, not in a way backwards, but you don't have to go in debt.
Right. No, because when I was in grad school, I went part time, so I was working and paying and going to school all at the same time. I mean, paying was the easier part, kind of, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Like when you have to pay for it, it's a lot
Yeah, you just
longer,
wanna make-
different types of
you just want to make
circumstances.
sure, not like make sure, but be like, if I don't want to do this path, maybe
Right.
trade work or anything like that.
Mhm.
Then college might be useful, but you could also just get a job like right when I was
Right.
in school. Like, to be honest, do you think like me personally? I don't use my college degree a lot, like day to day.
Mm-hmm.
It's currently right now is my entry level job. Maybe
Right.
down the line when hopefully I grow.
My bad, guys.
But that's
No, it was my personal line.
Oh, when I personally like grow, well, hopefully I'll be able to use my degree more. But
Mhm.
it does give you great concepts and stuff like that, and the ability to actually turn aspects of your brain. But I do think expands as well. Like when it comes to communicating with collaboration as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very important. Like what I'm doing right now, I learned more skills from the communication, collaboration aspect than I did during college my whole time. It's more For me, it was more like analytical work or just like paperwork or something.
Right.
Yeah, just to like kind of bounce off what you were saying like about connections. In my experience, I did a double major, and a part of both my majors, I was required to do like 500 internship hours.
Oh wow.
And through there, like, not directly college, but like my school did force me to get that experience, which I did build connections from. I know for one of my internships, I could have continued to work after. I didn't end up doing that, but like it could just be your teachers. It could be like if you're doing internships, like in my experience, you can find those connections in you, just like alumni experiences. So definitely, like it will. I think it definitely will help you build a lot more connections that you otherwise could if you didn't go to college, because you're going to be networking with a lot of professionals, but also just a lot of other people, like other students, other people that are all going to be looking for jobs after. Like you kind of like have this entire network of people that you can utilize as a resource to find a job, or just not even just a job, but to better understand what you actually want to do.
I do think most people go to college because it's socially acceptable, like Nick was bringing up.
Yeah, I think it's
There's
natural
high
progression.
school. What college you go to? It's like the
Right.
first question is like, oh, where you gonna do this? Oh, you apply to this college, this college. They never think of like, you're not going to college.
Yeah, because I agree with you both. I honestly think the college after high school is the norm. So when people like, oh,
People
you're not
want to be like not normal, right?
exactly. When people say, oh, you didn't go to college, like,
It's like, yeah, you're judging. I'm
You're
like,
judging, but like
right.
at the same time, it's like the way that my debt is collecting. I wish I didn't go to college.
Yeah, like right. Damn, bro, I
Right?
didn't realize how much.
Right?
And it's super frustrating because like I'm working a job right now where I don't use my degree, but a degree is required to do my job.
That's interesting.
You know, and it's like super annoying sometimes. Where like I could be doing this job probably if I didn't go to college. Like I'm not utilizing the skills, like
well,
my
that's how
academic skills. I'm definitely utilizing like my social skills, my organization
Yes.
skills, all those other like things that we were talking about. But like, you know, like I did like neuroscience and psychology, and like I do work like in the school system. I guess I kind of use psychology, but as for like the actual like academics, what I was learning in class, like I feel like you don't actually utilize it, at least for my specific studies. I'm sure it's different. Like, I mean, that's another thing me and Pat have talked about a lot is like, there are some majors that you can graduate with and like, they're very specific and like, if you do computer science, you can do like software engineering right out, make a great salary. Where like, there's others where they're so general that they might not actually lead you to a job immediately after.
Right.
So I think if you know what exactly you want to do and like, it's a very like specific field of computer
Which is
science.
hard to know.
Right.
Which is hard to know when you're 18, absolutely.
Even now. Even
Right.
people in their 40s still don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck.
I mean, me and Pat have these conversations all the time. We're like in our mid-20s and we have jobs and we don't know exactly what we want to do.
I'm just laughing at myself. No, but I hear you. I agree. It
Finish.
oh, sorry.
No, I mean, yeah, we have these conversations. We don't know exactly what we want to do and we go back and forth about it, but we both have degrees. And, you know, we're both working, we're gaining experience, but it's just like, it is interesting.
I just want to say, I think it's, I feel like I might be saying the wrong thing, but like, you, Nick, just said you are in a job where you don't use your degree, and I think you're the same way, right? So both of you guys got degrees. It's funny because when I was applying for jobs, I wasn't going for my degree either, but I didn't get any of those jobs that I applied for that wasn't related to my degree. So I found that to be very funny just because like you guys saying that like you have something completely different where I tried to do something different and it was like did not work for me. And
I think it's like I can't remember the exact stats. I don't know how to say. I know a good portion thought it was like 40%, maybe it's 60% of people don't use a college degree at
Right.
work.
Let me clarify though, because I might be wrong for you, but I'm in a field that is like a psychology counseling position. This is like would be tailored for someone that is a psychology, like a social work major, someone that major in it. But what I'm trying to say is that even if you major in something and you find a job that's tailored for it, it's not like they're gonna be referencing things you learned like in your studies per se.
Right.
Like especially like in a a very social setting like a counseling job, like it's not like I'm gonna be talking about like Sigmund Freud or all these different like psychologists and all their different theories and stuff like that. It's like I'm just talking to people, I'm helping them with different things. So like even if it's a psychology job, it's not like I'm using my degree. Where you like I think it's like when you're applying for like your marketing job, like your degree was probably like listed as the one that was like required for this, but you're not actually like using those like little specific things that you were tested on. It's just like
Right.
it seems fake because like these jobs will say you need these certain
The
degrees.
job I am doing, a degree is not required.
Okay,
So you can just be like a psychologist, or you can do anything.
but your degree should relate to your job.
It's business, right? It's more management, general manager. So down the line, it will wait. You know, hopefully, if I get in the position, will relate to my job. But as an individual contributor, it really like I learned everything from working there. I didn't learn anything about sales and how to do that or build an email cadence or anything like that until I got the job.
Right.
In a lot of jobs, you'll start and like all of a sudden, like, all right, we have 6 months of training, or like however much of
Well,
training
yeah,
you do.
each job, even like manual, you still get trained. You
Right.
always get trained because a corporation or has a certain way they do.
Correct.
But I think that training is so much more valuable
Yeah,
than
yeah.
like 4 years of college we just did. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, well, if they said that's what colleges is like. It's a resume game too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a piece of
Annoying.
paper that's
Yeah.
like, we need to know that you're competent.
Yeah,
Right, that's
it's
what I was
annoying
thinking.
because like you don't know like my background.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is my background? What is my life experience? Where did I come from to get here?
Right.
Or what challenges have I? Sometimes they don't even talk to the person just because they didn't have a degree in this area. They could be a fucking genius.
Mhm.
Like a lot of fucking like billionaires, they freaking just started their own shit, and you know some dude dropped out of college.
Right.
So it's like, what the fuck? It's
Mhm.
like I think sometimes like when it comes to like human resources or job applications and stuff like that, they this like requirements. It's like you choose. I'm just saying, maybe you might find someone like who might not all fill that requirements, but have the mindset and
Mhm.
work ethic to learn and is coachable, and down the line will be probably a better employee than the person that just went to college and
Right.
just there.
But they have to prove that too.
You only there's opportunities, an opportunity game. Somehow you have to get opportunities. That's the hard part of life, right?
Right.
I want to add, because I actually have like a little story to share. Because I think nowadays it's very different. I think kids nowadays do recognize you don't necessarily need a degree for a lot of things. Because
Right.
I know someone specific, you guys both know him, you might know who I'm talking about, but he's in college right now, he's a freshman, and he's majoring in psychology.
Mm.
But his dream job is to become a firefighter, which you don't even need a degree for.
Yeah, you probably.
But
don't.
he's going there because he wants to be in that college environment. Like he wants to be social. He wants to have that experience.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to, go partying. He wants to meet new people. Just move out of the house, get all these new experiences, which I actually think is kind of normal for a lot of people nowadays. Not necessarily like, hey, I'm gonna get this major. I know I'm not gonna use it. I know I'm not gonna use the job, but I think a lot of people nowadays are like, yeah, I do want to just go to college because I want that experience. That
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
this time of your life that everyone says like, your best 4 years or whatever it may
well,
be.
they always say, like
That is true.
It is for some people.
Even like
I mean,
high
I
school
had a
or senior year,
blast.
best year. But to be honest, I thought I'd be in it. But like that's like an internal decision that singular person like that. All right, yeah. So going off Nick's thing, bringing up the person, he wants to be a firefighter, and he's going to college, right? So that's like an internal decision he has to make.
Mhm.
So he's gonna be paying this amount of money for college experience, right?
Right.
But he won't be using it, and he's gonna be wanting to get a firefighter. So, like, is that,
Is it
that decision
necessary?
he made? Is
Right.
it, that's the trade-off. The trade-off, he gets experience. The benefits, he gets experience. The con is he pays for that money to go
Right.
to college for a degree he doesn't use.
Is there a degree that can benefit
Yeah,
being
criminal
a
justice.
firefighter that he can go for?
Yeah, why
That'll
don't
be
you do criminal justice?
that is true because a bunch of my friends who are cops now they did criminal justice.
Well, from my understanding is that like
civil service thing.
what
Yeah.
he says this is his plan. He wants to become a firefighter when he's like younger, till like his 40s or 50s, and then he wants to become a psychologist. Which I don't know if getting a bachelor's degree in psychology. Well, first of all, you can't become a psychologist. You can't do therapy, which is a bachelor's degree. The bare minimum you can do is a master's degree in
The
either.
thing is, once you're 40,
Counseling or
50,
social.
you might have a family, you might have kids, and you got
Right.
a certain paycheck that you're used to getting each week. Usually what happens is people are not going to change.
I don't think he has it thought out. I just think that's his plan.
Mhm.
And he's 18. He's a freshman in college, and
Right.
he's just trying to have fun in college.
Right.
which
But
is completely fine.
I was gonna
Of
say, I want to
course.
ask the question, like, is it worth spending that money for the college experience?
Um,
Like, yes, he's still
some
gonna get a
people-
degree.
Yeah, some people might think it's worth it.
I don't know. I think if he has a plan to become a firefighter later in life after he graduates college, I would get a degree that could, benefit my dream of being a firefighter versus just getting a random degree that I'm paying for. And my experience is just like, oh, I want to party
I want to say.
or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, no. The cool thing is, right? Being a fighter, you do not necessarily need a degree.
Mhm.
You just need one. It's hard to get in.
Right. You have to pass the
You have
exams
to-
and stuff.
You might have to wait a while. You have to constantly pass.
Is this person gonna pass?
He could.
No, it's you
I definitely think
you
you
have to
could.
study past the civil service exam.
Mm-hmm. Pass a fitness exam, which we all know he's going to pass that.
But you gotta, pass that and then get
Mhm.
hopefully an opportunity comes in because it is hard to become a firefighter, and you have to be in certain. It's like say if you're trying to be a firefighter in Boston, you have to live in Boston
Yeah.
for a year before you can be a firefighter there.
Oh, I did not know that. But I didn't know if you want to be in any type of like law enforcement or firefighter and all that other stuff, you have to live in that town.
Yeah.
That you are serving.
Yeah. So like say if you want to, I think depends on what state or like what city you're working in.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to be there at the beginning and then you're allowed to move, but then you'd have to commute.
I wouldn't commute. That's just too much.
Well, sometimes that's a scenario like say if you had a wife
Mm-hmm.
and she hates the fucking wherever she is and she wants to move.
Right. I would see if I can get a transfer somewhere, like to a different fire station
The
or
paycheck.
the paycheck could still be the same. I don't think it could be.
Working in town is less.
Oh, so
Yeah, cities you pay more.
I knew that. I knew that. I didn't know that.
I have a friend who's a firefighter for Sharon.
Mhm.
He made a lot of money working for a town.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of money. Do you know if it's like specific per town?
No, you can make a good amount of money working in a town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say like you make more in the city.
Okay.
I just know, I know this is Matt Brennan's thing, probably the same, but my mom was a Boston school teacher for many, many years. She got crazy amount of money versus somebody who would teach in like Stoughton, Sharon, or Easton.
I know that. Does she still teach?
No, she retired like 2 years ago.
So I do know this because I work in the Boston Public Schools.
Mm-hmm.
I think the starting salary for a first year teacher is like almost 80,000.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like mid 70s.
Right.
Even like a teacher assistant,
It's
they get paid like $29 an hour,
Mhm.
which is like $60K a year.
right.
Maybe a little bit less, but like it is crazy when you compare it to probably like a suburban school where a teacher's starting salary might be
Right.
like, I don't want to guess. I'm not even gonna throw a number out there, but it's not gonna be as much as a BPS
It's not.
teacher.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, because I work in BPS schools, it's a completely different ballgame working
Mhm.
for BPS. Very different than like probably the schools that we're used to. Like I'm from Sharon. And you
Stoughton.
guys know how Sharon is, but like even Stoughton, like it's
Yeah, I was
Stoughton's
about to
gonna
say
be Stoughton will still be a night and day difference versus
Yes,
BPS.
of course.
Yeah, Sharon. Man.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think firefighters make great money.
No,
Yeah, they do.
They
In
do.
general, wherever
They
they
do.
are.
They
But,
definitely do.
It's
What-
also a thing, but like it's also not an easy job.
No, it's
No.
not.
You running into fires, you risking your life
Mhm.
every day. You got to deal with you got to make sure you're open to dealing with that.
Exactly.
And two, it's personal life. Like they have to work overnight. They have to work
Right.
24-hour shifts.
At one
You can't
point,
be
I know they
tough.
live there, like
Yeah.
in a sense, like
It's
okay,
tough.
day shift, night shift, all those different types of shifts.
It can be tough on,
Mhm.
depends on family, stuff like that, just because they can be gone at night.
Right.
They can be gone in general.
Exactly. You
Work
like.
OT, then they're gone another 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. Or they're like a 16-hour week or something like that.
Yeah, no, my friend John, I think it was like 2 24-hour shifts a week.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually the recommendation. And you can make
Right.
He's still a firefighter or no?
He's in the Coast Guard now.
Well, good for him.
He did Sharon FD for like 2 years. Now he's in the Coast Guard.
Good.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess like back to the college thing, we kind of sprawled. But I mean, it goes to show there are a lot of other careers.
a lot of
like,
fire
you need a
trades.
degree for that.
I
You
used-
could start out of high school. He could, if you didn't want to go to college, you could just go straight to try
Yeah.
to get a firefighter.
I mean,
Correct.
this person I was talking about didn't go to college.
Yeah.
He went to community, I think, got an associates. But yes, I mean, there is a lot of other things that you can do. Like, I
Right.
think if your dream is to be like a software engineer, and that's the example I gave before, but there are specific things that you might need to do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you know you want to be a therapist and that's your dream, which again I think it's hard to know your dream at 18,
Right.
even 30 years old, 25 years old, 35. I think it's still difficult to know like what would be your dream job, but like there still are a lot of things that you don't need a degree with. I think from my perspective, and it's really hard because you're so young, but like it's only really worth it if you know that your job is that your dream job will need a degree. If you'll need like a master's, PhD down the line, which you'll need to go to your bachelor's before, things like that.
Again, it's like depends what you want to get into. Like, say if you want to be like a financial analyst, I'm pretty sure you have to get a financial degree because that's the skills you learn and you will use it because that's what it prepares you for. The same thing with accounting and stuff like that. So it's like kind of like they'll prepare you for that job. Not all college degrees will prepare you for the job you're doing.
Correct.
Yeah. But, I mean, we can just go around and give our, like, takes. I kind of said, like, just like whether it's worth or not. I think it's really different for everyone, obviously. Like, some factors to include is, like, if your tuition, how much you're paying versus, you know, some people go to school for free. Like, different benefits
Jealous
they have.
of those people.
You know, if you're in a scenario like that, like, if you have nothing to lose. So, like, the cost of it, you know, your family, like, if you have to take care of people, like, again, the main thing that we talked about is, like, what kind of job you actually want to do.
Right.
Do you need a degree for this? Is a degree required? Do you need your bachelor's to get your PhD down the road? You know, do you want to be social? Do you want to have that college experience? So, I think it really comes down person to person. I think it is worth it. However, I do think you don't need to go to some super bougie school where tuition is like $80,000 because there are schools now, like we're from Boston, there's schools in Boston that are upwards to $80,000 a semester now, which is
ridiculous.
Getting close to almost $500,000. And every year there's more inflation, and eventually, to complete college, it probably will be $500,000. And I guarantee you, you will not be working a job out of the bachelor or out of your undergrad making, you know, that kind of money.
No.
So like, it's really up to you. Like I know like there's some programs, like some schools in Massachusetts that are cheaper, maybe like $20,000 a semester. I think that's definitely a great opportunity because at the end of the day, a prestigious school is nice, but I think if it's going to cost that much more, it's not worth it. Because at the end of the day, you have a piece of paper and you have a degree, and it's your experiences, which I think we all agree on, that actually are the most valuable thing. Not where you graduated from, but what you did during your time in school. So I think it's worth it under the right circumstances. What about you guys?
I kind of agree with what you just said. Like, I don't think I need to add anything else. Definitely, I agree. Like, if you're going to college for whatever reason and it's the right move for you, then do it. If not going to college is the right move for you, then not going to college is what you need to do.
Yeah, I think it's
I just rhymed. If y'all ever noticed, got bars.
bars.
I
think it's just
easy curl.
All right, go ahead, Pat. I'm sorry.
I think it definitely should be a decision that per person. Like I said, if you go to college and you don't want to do like your college degree, that's completely fine as well, right? It's life. Like you figure things out as you go, and you know you can't. Sometimes things change. Like what you thought you would like, you don't like. So that's just part of the process, I guess. So it's just not a wrong or right answer. It's just something that it's part of life. Like go to college if you want, and if it doesn't work out, that's completely fine too. You can there's always an opportunity to fix something or grow or go a different path. Sometimes the paths you want is not the one that you thought you wanted is not the one you actually wanted.
I think gap year should be more normalized. I think it'd be really interesting if it was like not like required, but if it was like I don't know, if like every student upon graduating they all took like a year gap. Like everyone got like 1 year of experience, then they all went to college. I think that'd be super interesting because I bet you so many people's opinions would change and what programs they would go to, what schools they'd want to go to, whether they want to go to college at all. It would change so much because a lot of people they have the pressure to go to college right away. But if you had a gap year, I think that's there's no harm in that. You're delaying it by like a year, but in the end, it might be beneficial because now you know exactly what you want to do in school because you have that year of experience.
Do all schools accept people to do gap years?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll see why not.
Okay. I
I
never
don't
knew that.
know, but-
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool. That's interesting. Alright.
Yeah, well, let us know what you guys think.
Mhm.
It seems like we're all kind of in agreement. It's worth it under the right circumstances. But,
Correct.
you know, if it's your dream, you have your dream job, go for it. Just hopefully you can financially
Mhm.
make it work. And
Yeah, but it also is like, say if you want to be like a firefighter or anything, you might, or like a police officer, make sure you're doing things that will get you that job.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Just
Get-
like, like, you know, you don't have to, like, you can do whatever college experiences you well,
Mhm.
you want, but just make sure you're practicing to become a firefighter as well in your own time as well, especially if that's the path you want to choose, or being a police officer, or anything like state trooper, or wherever, like, you know, you really
That's
want
'cause of
to
you.
like.
I want you to know that.
yeah, but
And just if you want to be in, if you don't know what you want to do, what most people do is like, you know, college also might be a good opportunity to figure out that as well. But like, you gotta try things, like going into, you know, maybe doing like a business job or anything like that, to give you a better idea of how corporate works.
life is all about trying new things.
Right.
So the take home from Pat is try things.
Well,
Try everything.
you know, no, it's like sometimes what you try or what you thought you like is not what you like. So, you
Oh
gotta-
yeah,
Right.
yeah. And sometimes the thing you thought you wouldn't like, you like.
Right.
life's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, crazy.
No.
Right.
All right, well,
Right.
if you guys made it this far, thank you so much for
Yes.
watching. Again, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We would really appreciate it. We still are on the road to 1,000, so if you could help us get there, that would be fantastic. Also, our social medias are plugged. We have Instagram
And Facebook.
and Facebook. So if you are interested in seeing some, some more short form content from us, definitely check it out. Again, we have Mike released his first video, and I think it's a banger.
Yes, I think so too.
So, yeah, definitely check it out.
Check
and,
it out.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.